According to Yahoo News, most of the cigarettes sold in New York were actually smuggled in from outside of the state to avoid the massive state tax on cigarettes. Yeah, New York, 56% of all cigarettes sold in New York were illegally imported from out of state to avoid taxes. Um, the foundation, the foundation's report that did this study says the surge in cigarette smuggling is directly correlated to New York's tax of $4.35 per pack sold, the highest cigarette tax in the nation. Cigarette taxes are even higher in New York City, the actual city. It's $5.85 per pack. Now, I live in California, and our taxes here are just second to New York, but just the tax, $5.85 on a pack of cigarettes in New York, is about what you would pay for a pack in California. I mean, that's unbelievable, man. I mean, shoot, if you're a cigarette smoker in New York, I don't see how you would even survive. But the reason New York is basically just it's not a business friendly state is because of the high taxes. Um, and it's understandable that they're importing illegally all these cigarettes because how are businesses supposed to survive? When they're competing, and yeah, it's not plausible for them to abide by these taxes to be able. I mean, is this what you call a free market? The New York. The reason that New York is just such a failing state is because first it's ran by Andrew Cuomo, who literally thinks that he is a god and hates everyone who has the extremist view, according to him, the extremist view of basically being a Christian, being anti-abortion, and being pro-gun. Um, and so the state is failing because they're ran by these criminals, these scumbags that basically hate your rights. I mean, the former mayor Michael Bloomberg, former New York mayor Michael Bloomberg, he, I mean, when he was in office, he banned large sodas in New York. He banned a certain size. He put a cap on the size of soda in America, banning the size of a soda. What, to combat obesity? You could just buy two sodas that equal this same amount that you were going to buy previously. So the ban doesn't really work. And not only that, in a free country, you're going to ban things that people like to eat. Like, that's why they want a tax on cigarettes, because it's a vice. People like it, and they don't want you to have freedom. So, oh, we'll just say it's for safety. We'll say it's for health reasons, when really they're just authoritarian scumbags. And then you got the current mayor, Bill DeBlasio, who, he's such an absolute hypocrite tyrant that he basically campaigned on the Vision Zero traffic plan, which basically, wants to cut down, speeding, and to spend all this money to make New York City safer, to make the traffic move um, at a safe speed, and to combat their safety issues that they have there. I guess. I mean, there's a massive amount of people that live in New York, so of course transportation is going to be an issue. But his uh, brigade of cars driving him around was caught speeding, and he's promoting dropping the speed limit, by another 10 miles everywhere in New York City, basically. But then he doesn't abide by those laws. So he's constantly, campaigning that we need to do this and that, which, is going to raise your taxes in New York. If you live in New York, the Vision Zero plan will raise your taxes because they got to pay to make all these safety precautions um, in the intersections, to make them safer. And so Bill De Blasio is just a fraud, and his ratings and approval are plummeting. And that's the problem with New York. I mean, New Yorkers, you need to. either leave the state or start, voting for people that aren't going to just take away all your freedoms and basically keep you from enjoying your life and living in what used to be a free country. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that New York is number one for the most cigarettes uh, smuggled illegally into the state. Because, how can you expect people to survive, businesses to survive, when you constantly hammer them with taxes? Anyway, Stu Webb signing off. Subscribe.